Get a couple more people.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi. It's right at
Hello.
12. I'll give it one more minute and then we'll start. I'm moving. I'm actually at my sister's house, so she's doing something in the back room. So I'm gonna see if I can go to a room that's a little quieter.
Yeah, it's COVID world.
It
I
is
just
COVID.
texted my husband. I was like, if you're bringing lunch home, I'm in a webinar, so be quiet.
That's great. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And then if other students come in while, Anne's monitoring that. So if other students come in and want to join, that'd be great. And we'll catch them up on this. So we have one student, Zipporah. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lainey Dornier, and I'm the program director. And I'll let everybody introduce themselves.
Thank you, Dr. Dornier. I'm Vanessa Rodriguez, and I am the Assistant Dean for Student Support and Success at SOPA. Basically, that means that my staff is responsible for making sure that everything outside of the strictly academic world is really robust and gives you all those support resources that you need. So that could be anything from academic advising, which Michaela is a part of, to student support services, to career advising, and even some help in the application process. So I'll hand it over to Michaela.
Hello, I'm Michaela Williams. I am the Senior Academic Advisor. My primary goal is to assist students with helping make sure that you take the classes that you need in the sequence that you want to graduate in the time frame that you would like to. I'll be there every step of the way and look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Anne's on the call too. She's monitoring from back. So thank you for being here. And we want to tell you a little bit about our programs. SOPA is the School of Professional Advancement. I know Vanessa usually does this, but I'll jump in. But SOPA is an interesting program because it actually started in the late 1800s. Tulane was founded in 1834 as a medical college of Louisiana, and SOPA started offering its first classes in 1886, what was then the prerequisite of SOPA. So we've been around for a long time. I think Vanessa's going to tell us a little bit about SOPA and about our programs.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's unique in that a highly rated university such as Tulane has shown this commitment to adult learners almost since its inception, which is quite unique, to be honest, and we're very proud of that. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the program in particular. We'll move on to the next slide. So in addition to the history that we have with the university, SOPA has a lot of other things going for it. First of all, the depth online. I know that since COVID, universities are all about online right now out of necessity. We were all about online out of choice and have been for many, many years now. Additionally, at SOPA, we have a unique circumstance in that the majority of our faculty are working professionals who are leaders in the field, in addition to being faculty members. So you have folks who are going, from the office and the boardroom and the clinics straight to class and giving you the most up-to-date information and best practices that you can put to work immediately upon your graduation. Additionally, our programs are really focused towards the workplace. A lot of research and thought goes into what programs we offer to make sure that once our students graduate from these programs, they are capable and really actually exceptional at engaging in the kind of work that they can get hired for in the current work environment. In addition, some folks think about online programs and they think, well, I'm aging myself, but I went to college in the 90s and online programs were kind of, video was kind of coming out, and it was just kind of like you watch this video or you read this thing and then you turn in the test. We're not just about that. First of all, our online programming is really, really dynamic. But second of all, we have a plethora of student support services that are both within the School of Professional Advancement and within as the university as a whole. So we are there to make sure that from the day you enroll until the day you graduate, you have a team of people behind you to make sure you reach those goals. Additionally, we are really focused on accessibility to our programs. We do everything we can to make sure our programs stay affordable and are flexible. So this means that a lot of our programs, if you have a meeting that has to be in person, online, they're usually in the later evenings to accommodate our folks who are working during the day. That's also one of the reasons why we've been focused so much on online programs, is that most of the work you can do in your own time, so that if you're like me and have kids or family or other obligations, you can meet those obligations, and in addition to that, really get your work done. And then finally, like I said, Tulane, you go anywhere and people know what a Tulane degree means. It is meaningful, and we are proud to be part of their great tradition. All right, so going a little bit more into online learning, because we've worked really hard on this. So online learning, you get your information from a platform we call Canvas. And that's where you'll access your learning materials, your lecture notes, your assignments, your chats, your discussions, the videos. And these videos, we hire sometimes professional videographers. We actually have internal instructional designers that we have become pretty well known for. We actually have other areas of the university who have contracted these designers to help basically transfer the material that's in our wonderful professor's head. So all that great information that Lainey has in her head, she worked and went through this whole program with instructional designers where they taught her how to take that information and make it really dynamic, really engaging through this online kind of platform. You're not going to be by yourself when you're in this. You're going to have a lot of interaction with your classmates. There's going to be discussion boards. There's going to be times when you're all on the screen together chatting about stuff. And this also actually gives you a chance to engage in a more diverse group of students than maybe you would in a traditional, in-person classroom setting, because these folks will be, possibly from around the country. Even have some folks we were just talking about who are deployed overseas who take part in this. So you really get a diverse group of people and diverse knowledge set, which really enhances the academic experience. Like I said, there will be at least monthly online meetings with classmates. In addition to that, there oftentimes are some amazing guest speakers who are really leaders in the field from all around the country and even sometimes internationally. So that's a great opportunity that our online learning gives our students. All right, so I was talking, we've been doing this for a long time. So last year we had almost 1,400 students engaged in online learning, and they had almost over 12,000 hours. So this is, not kind of an outlier for SOPA. This is almost the norm for SOPA, is this online degree engagement. We currently have 8 master's degree programs, 11 graduate certificates. There's some post-baccalaureates, and all in all, there's over 320 courses that have been developed to be taught online. And so that means all of these folks, all of these professors have gone through the training with the instructional designers to make sure that the quality of the online education that they're giving you is really top notch. Just to say, we're kind of tuning our own horn a little bit. The folks who have done this have won multiple awards. So, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback. So we know we're definitely going in the right direction, but we're always looking to improve. All right, I am going to hand it over to Dr. Dornier.
Thanks, Vanessa. So our program is called the Kinesiology. That's kind of the overall name of our program. And then within that, we have several degree programs. And so, the overall, the study of kinesiology is the study of human movement. And so we study human movement both from a health perspective and health and wellness management, and also from a sports perspective in the sports studies program. So we have a variety of courses that cover sports, nutrition, fitness, weight control, stress management, community health, lots of other courses within our programs. Next slide. So we have two programs. The first one I'll talk about is the Master of Professional Studies in Health and Wellness Management. And I'll say this too, that we're actually in the midst of changing the Master of Professional Studies to a Master of Science. So students starting this program will actually be completing a Master of Science degree. Hopefully it all passes. And the master's degree in health and wellness management is kind of unique in that we offer graduate stackable certificates. So we have 3 certificate programs, one in corporate wellness, health leadership, and health strategy and financial management. Each of those certificate programs has 4 classes within it. And what you do is you can either complete 2 certificates, which is 8 classes, plus 2 core classes, or you can choose any 8 classes across the 3 certificates, plus the 2 core classes to complete the master's degree. Some students may want to come and start in a certificate program and decide if they want to stay on to complete the master's degree. So you can do it either way. You can apply for a certificate program or for the master's degree program. Both certificate programs and master's degree programs have the same admission requirements. So if you're accepted into a certificate program, you also could be accepted into the master's degree program. There's no different. The careers that you might want to do with a degree in health and wellness management include health promotion, a wellness director, employee health director, or communications director, or a wellness coach. And these are just a few careers. There's actually a wide variety of careers that are available in health and wellness management. Really, the nature of healthcare has changed over the last 20 years. So 20 years ago, we were worried about waiting for people to get sick and that would make them better. Now healthcare has really changed in that we're coming up with ways to make sure people don't get sick. So jobs in this preventative healthcare are really booming right now. And, you know, it's even that jobs that might exist 5 years from now don't even exist now. So we say, what would you do with a degree in health and wellness management? Those things are constantly changing because the healthcare field is changing so rapidly. So it's a great field to be in right now. We also offer, next slide, an MPS in sports studies. Again, like the health and wellness management, this is a stackable certificate program. So we have 3 certificates in this program that is in sport coaching, sport administration, and sports security. We have a new one that will begin this summer in sports medicine. And like the previous degree, you can complete 2 certificate programs that each has 4 classes. So that's 8 classes plus 2 core classes for the master's degree. And just like the health and wellness program, you could also choose to come for a certificate program. You can choose any one of the certificate programs to enroll. And again, careers in sports are also, it's a great time to be in sports. Sports are big business. Careers in sports are changing and people are putting more and more money into sports. So there's more and more jobs becoming available in sports. But things like athletic director, coaching, director of sport management, event stadium security, and even this is a great degree for even people that might want to learn more about sports because they're the coach of their child's little league team, or they want to learn more about sports because they're involved in sports with their children. So it's a great degree, exciting. We have great instructors, as Vanessa said, that are working in the field of sports, teaching some of our classes. Next slide. We also offer graduate and post-baccalaureate certificates. So we have the certificates that I mentioned that are part of our master's degree programs, and we also have a post-bac certificate in health and wellness. The post-bac certificate in health and wellness is for people that already have an undergraduate degree, so they may not want to complete the 120 hours required for an undergraduate degree, but they want to learn something more about health and wellness management. And that would be ideal. The post-bac certificate in health and wellness management would be ideal for somebody like this. It's 6 undergraduate courses, like I said, for somebody who already has a bachelor's degree in a field other than in kinesiology. Next slide. Vanessa kind of alluded to this, but I'll talk a little bit about specifically. We have a real diverse faculty. We rely mainly on adjunct faculty, which I think is a real plus for our program because we hire adjuncts who are professionals in the area that they're teaching. And here's some examples of our adjuncts. R.T. Hill teaches a course for us in wellness and also in the human body, and he's actually a PT. So he's working as a PT and then teaches a course for us on the human body and can talk to the students about his own career working as a physical therapist. Irina Terashenko is actually a national champion pickleball player. You can look her up. It's kind of interesting. And she's also a tennis coach. And so she's actually coaching in the field and working with elite athletes as a coach. And then she teaches a course for us on stages of athletic development and sociology of sport. Tyra Mitchell has worked in the healthcare field for a long time, and she actually is a professor of practice in our program and teaches courses related to physical therapy like motor learning, exercise physiology, and test and measurements. And then Vernon Dunn works in the federal government, and he teaches a course for us in motor development. His specialty is actually looking at developmental aspects of sports, and he teaches a motor development course for us. So we get people that are working in the field. So when students take our classes, they get to interact with people that are working and can ask questions about what's happening in your own careers. And so I think it's a added benefit of our faculty. Next slide. I'll turn this over to Michaela.
I'm up. All right. So we're talking about a little about student support and success. I will be your academic advisor from the time you apply and you are accepted into the program. I will be your advisor. And I said earlier, so first and foremost, I'm going to assist you with picking the proper classes, make sure you take them in the sequence that you want and that you graduate in the time frame that you would like to. But I'm also the point of contact for any other resources that you might want, that you might need. So typically, as most students being the first point of contact, I would be the person that you probably feel the most comfortable with reaching out to. So if there are any questions about anything with the program or Tulane in general, students reach out to me. And if I don't know the answer, I will find it or typically point them in the right direction for where they can find the answer. Our expert faculty, as you can tell, we really love our faculty members. They're there to give you advice and suggestions from real life experience, from what they've done in their careers and in their lives to help you further your careers when it's time for you to graduate. So they are great resources for you to utilize and use. I always recommend students introduce themselves to their professors, become nice with them, ask them as many questions as you can, and get to learn what they've been through and what you can expect moving forward. We have a wonderful career advisor on staff, Cynthia Washington. She's not on this call, but she is there to help with any of your career questions, whether it be resume related, interview, networking. She also teaches a class. So yeah, anything that you need career advice on, she would be the person that I would send the students to meet with her. Networks of program and peers, other Tulane alumni. So we try to involve alumni from the programs, students who have gone through Tulane and School of Professional Advancement to talk about their experiences, what they're doing now. We try to make that connection so you can understand what the program is like and what you can expect when you graduate and when you move into that workforce, what you can expect and what to look forward to. Credit for prior learning. So you can earn credit towards your master's degree. For those of you who have been in the workforce or community service, military experience, if some of the classes that are required for this program, if you think you have expert knowledge in those particular fields and you feel like you don't need to take the class, there are ways that you can earn credit for that experience. If you feel like you fall into that category, you can reach out to me for more information and I'll give you all the information you need to figure out if you can qualify for those credits to bypass taking the class and earn those credits for a portfolio or for your experience just from you doing your job or anything else that you've done. Affordability, we're gonna talk a little about tuition. So for tuition for summer 2021, per credit, it's around $1,000, $1,078 per credit for a graduate class. For the fall of 2021, it's $1,119 per credit. We do offer financial aid, like myself, who would be your academic advisor. Each student has a financial aid advisor that will be assigned to you. So if you have any questions about your financial aid or financial questions, you would be assigned to a person that you can reach out to schedule the email or schedule an appointment with to find out about anything financially related. We have a list of type of aids that are available to you in terms of federal grants and federal loans, yellow ribbon program, active duty and military and veterans, retired public safety personnel, minority serving institution scholarships. You get 20% discount, and like I said before, up to 6 credit of hours of work or prior life experience. Applying is simple. It is actually extremely simple. Online application, you complete that online. There is a $50 application fee. The application fee will be waived for you attending this webinar. Have a clear government image ready to upload. Any transcripts from any previous institutions must be submitted in either a mailed sealed envelope, or you can have it sent directly electronically to the institution. If you want to send it electronically, you can contact me. I can tell you how to do that if you need any assistance with that. Application deadlines. If you're looking to start this summer in 2021, May 1st is the application deadline. For fall 2021, August 1st is the application deadline. And for spring of 2022, January 1 is the application deadline. Graduate students who enroll in a course by the following dates are eligible for a one-time early enrollment $500 scholarship. So this is an incentive to apply and register early for you to have access or be eligible for a one-time early enrollment $500 scholarship. And as you can see, we have the early enrollment dates for summer, April 15th, for fall is June 1st, and for spring, it's December 1. So the earlier you apply and you're accepted and you enroll, the better your chances are for you to be eligible for this scholarship. Well, thank you very much. That's the end, closing it out. Zipporah, do you have any questions or anything that you would like to ask about the program?
Yes, I do actually. So I have only in person met Lanny before, and that was when I initially applied to the kinesiology program. Well, I am an undergrad. I do graduate in May, and then I wanted to move on for the master's in health and wellness management. And so right now, my GPA is not a 3, it's a 2.75. So would I be able to take other classes until I can get the GPA that's required to apply for the master's program?
So I'll answer that, Zipporah, and nice to see you again. I thought your name was familiar, actually. So we recommend that students have a 3.0, but what we do is we look at the whole person. So when our team evaluates each student, we look to see, can you be successful in graduate school? And so what I would recommend is that you, in your documentation when you apply to the program, comment about why you have that 2.75, why it's below a 3.0, and what you're going to do differently in graduate school to be successful. Okay, and so we're going to look at everything. We look at, for example, we look at students that maybe worked while they were in undergraduate school, or had, emergencies, or had family situations, or, have experiences in the field. You've done something in healthcare, so your experience counts. So make sure that when you're doing the application, you give us your overall best representation of you as a student.
Okay.
So
And
3.0 isn't a cutoff, that's a recommended GPA.
okay, it's recommended. Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. I mean, I'm in class, I'm in school this semester, so I still have an opportunity to bring it up.
Yeah.
But as far as my academic advisor, Mikola, I've never met you, and I've only been in contact with Daniel Rahe. He's my pretty much go-to for everything.
What, are you a SOPA student right now?
Yes, I am. I graduate in May.
Okay, which major are you in?
Kinesiology.
That's why.
Why.
Dan is the primary advisor for health and wellness and kinesiology students for undergraduate So if once you transfer into the grad program, I would
Mhm.
take over as your academic advisor at the graduate level.
And
Okay.
Zipporah, just to make
He's really
sure,
great.
yeah, Dan is great, and so is Michaela. But just so you know, his name's Michaela, just because you're gonna get to know him really well.
Oh,
And
I'm
if,
sorry.
no, it's totally okay.
That's
But
all right.
once you start the graduate program, Michaela is just as great as Dan, and Dan is great. And Michaela
Okay.
is great working with students. He won't toot his own horn, so I'm going to toot it and tell you the truth. And he works great with students just as well as Dan. So
Awesome.
we're really committed to students being successful in our program. And I like to tell students when we're in these meetings, I mean, our goal when we meet with you at the very beginning of your program is to tell you our goal is to shake your hand when you walk across the stage and get your diploma. That's our goal, and we want it to be your goal too. And so we're going to do everything we can to make sure you do that. And then you need to take your end of it and make sure you do everything you can to be successful in that goal. And Michaela is extremely helpful in getting there, helping you get there.
Awesome.
Thank you,
I'm
lady.
looking forward to it, Michaela. I'm looking forward to working with you, just like I did with Daniel.
I can't wait. Bring it on.
Do you have any
Great.
other questions for us, Zipporah?
No, that's really all I was concerned about.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad to hear that you're interested in the program. I'm really glad to hear that you want to continue your degree. And the last bit of advice I'll have, because I do know you, is that make sure when you're completing your application that you do a really good job, thoughtful about answering the questions that are asked and completing the application. One of the things I can just tell you from my perspective is if a student has lower than a 3.0, I'm looking for other things to indicate success. And just some things that I've noticed, if there are typos in the application, that works against you. If they're incomplete sentences, it works against you. If it isn't well thought out and you're not really talking about issues that are going to make you successful in graduate school, it works against the student. So be really thoughtful about your application process.
I will.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
will.
Yeah, well, thanks, and thanks for coming. And again, you know me, and now you know Michaela, and you know Vanessa. And so if you hang up from this call and you think, oh, I wish I would have asked him this, don't worry. You can contact any of us.
Absolutely.
And we're all very, very responsive to students' emails.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you
You're
bet.
welcome.
And have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.